I've sold thousands of items over the last 2.5 years, mostly on eBay, and I can tell you that I never knew this one thing, and I'm going to talk to you guys about it on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And for those of you who have never watched my channel before, I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and I make these videos with really one goal, and that is to help other eBay sellers like myself, quite possibly like you, and the goal is to help you learn from my experiences. And if you comment down below and share your experiences, you can also help other people as well. So in this particular video, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that, I've been selling on eBay really since 2002. The account, my main account is from 2007. And, I was part-time for a while, and of course technology changes and all that stuff. But over the last 2.5 years, I've sold thousands of items through the USPS, and that's kind of what this video is about. It's about USPS. And what I discovered today, it was just like, really? And I don't know if you guys knew about this. Chances are quite a few of you do, but this video is for those of you like me who had no idea. And that is, today I had some items that sold right before my deadline, and I have an 11 a.m. deadline. Used to be noon, but my new carrier kept coming earlier and earlier, and I have it scheduled for a daily pickup for my carrier to come to the door. Sometimes they come as early as, say, 10 a.m. Well, that's kind of what happened today, and of course, as things work out, I had a couple sales right before 11 a.m. cutoff. So, that means that I'm gonna have to go and take the item to my local post office. And that's literally 4 miles away, maybe 5. It's quite far, but that's fine. I have no problem with doing that. That's part of the business. And so I took these packages. Actually, we had 3 packages. I had 2 of my own, one on my other account that my wife handles, and got to the post office like 4:45. And normally what I'll do is I'll just put these packages in the drop slot. They've been pretty good at this post office for scanning my items, so it's really not that big of a deal. But there was no line, and there are 3 reps helping someone else at the counter. So I thought I'd go and wait, and I stood in line for about 3 or 4 minutes. And another USPS employee comes around and asks me, hey, what did I need? Because the other representatives were busy. And I told her I just need to get these dropped off and I just want them scanned. And she said, well, you can do that over here at the self-serve kiosk. And I'm like, no, I want to drop them off, but I also want to get them scanned. She's like, yeah, let me show you. So she took me over to this machine, and I'm going to show you footage of this. And my apologies for the amateurish video that I'm showing you, because I did not do it in landscape as I should have, but I was sort of doing it in the moment, and it dawned on me when I was leaving that I totally recorded this video wrong. So as you can see here in the video, you go to the kiosk and you select, I believe it's other services, and then scan a package, I believe. Now, I'm not looking at the video you're looking at. Then you simply take your package and you scan the scanner area, and it will scan your tracking number right there on the screen. You select OK, and you simply drop it in the drop-off box at the post office. When you're done, after I did my 3 transactions, I was able to obtain a receipt showing the time that the packages were received by USPS, which satisfies eBay's requirement. So USPS requires us to have a package scanned as a receive scan. It's not enough to just run the label. You actually have to have it received and scanned by the carrier. Now for me, I have same day pickup. So I have to have my packages scanned by the carrier by 11:59 p.m. And so in my mind, prior to today, 5 p.m. was the cutoff if I needed to get some late packages to the post office, because that's when my local post office closes. However, the lobby where this machine is located stays open 24/7, which means that, hey, I may not have to rush anymore to get to the post office to scan these packages, because I can get the scan in, and I can do that anytime before 11:59 p.m. And of course, get them in the box, they'll get it the next day, and they will just go into the normal flow of USPS packages. But I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share what I found out today. Maybe I'm one of the only ones who didn't know that, but I'm so used to having daily pickups here at my house that going to the post office, I only do maybe once or twice every 2 weeks. And it's not very common for me. And normally I'm just fine standing in line and having them to have them scan the item in. Or if the line is too long, I simply just put it in the large bin. Usually there's a large bin where packages just accumulate. Other, I would assume, resellers are dropping off their packages as well. So tell me, am I the only one who knew about this little feature in the USPS kiosk that I think most of you at your larger USPS post offices that have the lobby where you go check your PO box may have that? And of course they have that pull down drop off where you can put the larger packages, well, not too large, but they accommodate an average size box. You can put it right in after you scanned it. So most of you should have that. And most of you should, if you maybe get the daily pickups like I do and you really haven't gone to your post office, it may be worth a trip to your post office just to make sure maybe they have one, just to know as a backup plan. Instead of just saying, hey, I'll just put it in with tomorrow's packages, that causes a late. And eBay only allows you to have a 3% late for all of your packages. So that's 3 out of every 100 items that you ship out is what eBay allows you to have, and they want you to stay under that mark. So really they want you to have a lot less than that in order to keep your top rated status. If during any quarter you happen to go over that 3%, well, you're going to be knocked down to above standard until you can bring that back down. And I think I'm at like 1.2. I've had some issues where my carriers, at least the temporary carriers, they'd pick up the packages and they weren't scanning them in. And, maybe someone would catch it at the facility, but a couple packages got through and there was no activity until after midnight. So that comes back on me for something I really didn't do. That's going to happen. And I think eBay realizes that, thus the 3%. And, this is just another way to avoid that kind of scenario from happening. If you're in a pinch, just remember what I found out. Wanted to share something that I found out today. Apparently eBay is sending out an email whenever you happen to have a non-paying buyer. You go in the current process. Maybe you guys already know this, but I think I may have discussed this before. But if you have a non-paying buyer or a non-paying bidder on an auction, you can go in after 4 days, have it expired, and you can go in and cancel the order. And instead of just the cancellations that are for out of stock, buyer request cancellation, or address issue, it also adds another option after the 4th day that states that buyer did not pay. And you can select that. And upon selecting that, eBay has been sending out an email to sellers recently, sort of apologizing for the buyer not paying for the item and explaining that come this fall, 2021, that buyers of best offer items, so if you send a best offer to your buyer, they're gonna have to pay at some point once they get this all worked out. And then sometime next year in 2022, they're gonna have it worked out to where an auction ends, that payment is processed to the winning bidder. And I think it's gonna be a lot like Mercari. Many of you might know how Mercari works. They have a system where the buyer has a credit card on file, and whenever a buyer goes in and purchases an item, you make an offer to a buyer or receive an offer from a seller, and you're buying something, you are automatically charged that amount once you accept that offer. And I think eBay is going to fall within those guidelines, and that's going to make our lives as sellers a lot easier. And a cool little thing that eBay is also doing, a part of that email at the very bottom, as a way of sort of smoothing things over and making it right for the seller, eBay is offering your next 3 sales without any insertion and final value fees. And that's like a promotion that's only being offered when you are affected by a non-paying buyer. And it'll only apply to you if you've received that email after canceling due to a non-paying buyer. And I think you have until like September to utilize those 3 sales. So, your next 3 sales can be $5 items, and, the final value fees for those will be waived, or it could be $40, $50, $60 items. It just, the next 3 sales after that email is sent to you, they're gonna give you that credit. So kind of look out for that next time you have a cancellation due to a non-paying buyer. I think that's finally, I wanna applaud eBay for finally doing at least something for us sellers, because it's been a long time coming. The fact that they're going to implement these things here very soon for best offer and next year for auctions at least answers one of our wishes from our wish list. And the fact that they're going even beyond that to say, hey, here's 3 free final value fees that we're going to apply to your account because of what this buyer put you through, I think is a pretty nice gesture. So what we want is more of that from eBay. That's what I'd like to see, more along those lines to take care of the seller, because again, my opinion, without sellers, you don't have a platform. But guys, what do you think about this content? Please put your comments down below. Again, am I the only one that knows about this kiosk and I'm just finding out for the first time after all these years, or were you unaware as well? And what do you think about these emails that eBay has been sending to sellers when a buyer does not pay? And on a final note, this really wasn't the content I had planned on making today. This is the video I planned on making this weekend. I do have another video that I want to talk to you guys about, and I'm not going to go into it right now, but it's a video I'm going to put out over the weekend, and I really hope you guys tune in for it, because it's really a serious conversation that really all sellers should be involved with, especially if you seek out help from other venues other than YouTube, and even on YouTube for that matter. So that's all I'm going to say about that now, but please stay tuned to my channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so when I come out with that video or make a live stream video, you'll be notified, and you'll be one of the first ones to know. So guys, whether I'm the only one out here that knew about that kiosk, just know that flipping ain't easy, and I want you guys to have a great rest of your week, and you'll hear more from me here in the next couple days. Take care, everyone.